行きましょう。
そうですね。
But then Tonikawa, Over the Moon for You. Possibly one of the purest and most investing love stories we've come across in the modern anime scene, this series dares to ask the question, what happens after marriage?
大丈夫。人はこの程度では死なないよ。
Following on from a sudden meeting with a mysterious girl who saves his life, Nasa decides to put his future on hold and wait for the chance to one day meet her again. Lo and behold, she comes spiraling into his life, which quickly results in confessions, marriage, and all the hilarious complexities that come with it.
何これ。
婚姻届。
Nasa and Tsukasa will have you believing in true love again, just as much as the essential arts of proper budgeting.
ナサ君が優しかったことや。
Number 9, Domestic Girlfriend. Look, we're not gonna say this isn't a little trashy, but my god, it's the best kind of trashy that keeps giving in terms of drama, tropes, and sleazy shenanigans.
お願いがあるんだけど、好きな人なんていないし。
藤井君、お子様は専門外ですから。
What happens when a student finds out the girl he slept with and the teacher he's been crushing on suddenly become his stepsisters? Pandemonium of the best kind.
ほら、あんたたちもご挨拶して。
There is so much here to enjoy, at least for the absurdity of it all. You never know who's gonna get slapped, who's gonna sleep with who, and which taboo they'll break next.
初めてちゃんと名前で呼んでくれたね。
Number 8, Rent a Girlfriend. Never before have we seen such an exorbitant amount of top-tier waifus all in one place, accompanied by the king of all simps.
ちょっと和也君、急にどうしちゃったの？
すぐ別れるんだから。
After hiring a fake girlfriend at his lowest moment, Kazuya becomes trapped in a vortex of indecision and awkwardness when he starts to fall for the beautiful Chizuru, while also unable to resist the advances of his deceptive ex.
また呼んで。
Throw in a couple more firecracker candidates, and you have a romantic meltdown just waiting to happen. Self-confidence is important, people. Don't be like Kazuya.
あなたは和也さんの気持ちに本気で向き合ったことがありますか？彼の恋心を真剣に受け止めようとしたことはありますか？
Number 7, Yuri on Ice. Pursuing your dreams is never easy, but it certainly helps when you've got a dashing mentor waiting in the wings to help lift you up when the world turns against you.
そしてグランプリファイナルで優勝させるぞ。
While the anime's focus remains on Yuri's rise in the professional figure skating scene, just as much emphasis is placed on the budding romance between himself and Victor.
4回転トーループとダブルトーループのコンビネーション。4回転、2回転。
Their coupling not only set the internet ablaze and elevated the story, but it also spearheaded it to becoming one of the best representations of LGBT content in anime. Number 6, Uzaki-chan wants to hang out. Turns out the romance in college can be just as tricky as in high school, minus the social pressure and double the awkwardness.
一人映画。
何がおかしい。
While complete opposites, Uzaki and Sakurai's somewhat tumultuous friendship lends itself to all manner of situations that those who've experienced university can relate to. Booze, wardrobe malfunctions, hormones, cosplay, and the stubborn refusal to admit that maybe dating the Sugoi Dekai girl might not be such a bad idea.
もうにゅ、匂いつけ。
We'd say it's worth the occasional bout of social embarrassment.
昨日のあれのせいか、やっぱまだ腰が痛いんすよ。先輩のせいっすからね。
Number 5, Real Life. Who wouldn't want a chance to do life over again?
そこ、私の席なんですけど。
To amend the mistakes and embarrassments of younger years. It's an opportunity that Arata can't pass up, leading him to take a pill that sends his body back to a 17-year-old state, leaving him free to mess things up all over again, though with a bit more self-discovery and discipline this time around.
頑張ったんだね。
Finding romance also turns out to be part of his new curriculum, though spotting the difference between an actual student and a fellow real-lifer proves to be a tad tricky.
俺はずっと忘れないよ。
Number 4, Nana. Two girls with the same name, two radically different lifestyles, both united in their pain and desire to make it big in Tokyo. Turns out life isn't that easy.
私もナナって言うんだ。
Both Nanas soon find themselves falling into the pitfalls of success, not to mention having to navigate relationships that, while red hot, are just as temperamental.
うるせえな。事実がどうかなんてどうでもいいよ。
A golden oldie that doesn't shy away from displaying the ugly side of romance, and yet no matter how hard you try, sometimes the wiles of the heart can lead you astray. Tragic yet relatable.
いいんだよ。
Number 3, Wotakoi. Life is hard for otaku. A wholly refreshing spin on the concept of nerds falling in love, now with an office setting.
よしクエスト達成。
With their own personal geekdoms, both Narumi and Hirotaka aren't exactly your typical romantic duo, and yet they spend their days behind desks, slowly finding themselves realizing just how perfect they are for each other.
乙女芸の分岐は間違えないのにね。
There's such a sense of charm to this show, demonstrating that no matter your hobbies or personal tastes, there's always someone out there who, at the very least, will abide by it for the sake of love. Oh, these dorks. Number 2, the Tatami Galaxy. Turns out that if you really want to live your best life, all you have to do is keep failing and failing at it until some random shrine launches you back in time for a do-over.
すみません。側苦手なんです。
Regretful over his wasted years at college, a student is given the optimal opportunity to redo things, all in the hope of winning over that one quiet girl he's been crushing on.
しかもタダで。
It's an artistic maelstrom, but one that sticks to its themes of putting yourself out there and never being afraid to pursue happiness. Who would have guessed Masaki Yuasa could nail a romance story?
なぜだか私はずっとその一言を待っていたような気がします。
Number 1, recovery of an MMO junkie. Guess gaming really can bring people together.
ログイン。
After falling into a midlife crisis, Moriko decides to throw herself into the MMORPG scene, where she unexpectedly forms a friendship with a player with a female avatar, who, unknown to her, happens to belong to a guy she's slowly starting to fall for.
びっくり燃えました。
It's a mixture of virtual camaraderie and real-life coincidences that mesh together to create an endearing romance story. One that demonstrates just how hard it can be to adult your way through life.
行きましょう。
そうですね。
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.